Welcome back to Multifamily Live. Super excited to be back with you today. We have a great show for you today. We have Aaron Palusahaj on the show. Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
Jason, I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to have you here. And Aaron is the founder of Paloosh Properties and Paloosh Capital, through which he develops and manages multifamily properties in the Metro Detroit area. He's excited about green development and prioritizes this in his ground up projects through features like solar, EV charging, and smart home technology. He and the Paloosh team have developed 12 units and are under construction on a 6th unit and are scheduled to break ground on 3 projects totaling north of 200 units in 2022. So awesome to have you. And you've just come off, you said off air here, just came off your hockey career. You were in Zurich last year, and here you are back just taking action, right? And so that just sets the stage for where this meeting's at, because sometimes people think about it, and wait to get into it. But here you are right back and right into it. And you find yourself, you're in California, right? But you are doing projects in Detroit. When you were in Switzerland last year, still doing your hockey career, were you thinking about this, or where your hockey career, you had that step where you took the next phase and you said, where am I going to go now?
Yeah. So while I was playing, I developed that 12 unit complex just north of Ann Arbor.
Okay, cool. So that was going on while you were playing.
Yeah. While I was playing. So, with a 6-hour time change, it was a little challenging. The perk of having my dad as a GC is I contact him all the time, and it was pretty fortunate to have him as my GC on the project. The last couple of years playing, I actually built some spec homes with him and developed some commercial properties. So I knew I wanted to be involved in real estate, and our careers are short. If you could play 10 plus years, that's a long career in any pro sport. So I just figured I'm really passionate and really loved the multifamily space, and I had an opportunity to purchase vacant parcel of land in an area that I really liked, and was able to develop that 12 unit, and now have 6 more under construction right now, and right around just over 200 in the pipeline for groundbreaking of 2022.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you grew up in Michigan, right? I believe your family's there, so you're working with your dad on these projects here, and he's been doing it, and you were doing that overseas. For these first projects, were you really focused on features like solar, EV charging, and smart home technology? Was that something that you implemented out of the gate, or where did that come into play?
So not quite out of the gate. There are some smart home technologies in the 12 unit that we developed.
Nice.
On the 6 unit, we are going solar. We're having EV charging in the garages, and we're going all smart, smart locks, smart thermostats. So I think our priority is to have the neighbors be able to have a really frictionless experience with renting, and also being able to have kind of one bill where it's just rent, and utilities are included. If I believe that we're going, the future is electric vehicles, and to put that in new development, not everybody's doing it. And I just think we're in a position to be able to do that with a new construction. So we're taking advantage of that.
Yeah, I actually heard today that right now we're currently at 2% on electrical vehicles on where we're at in terms of implementation. We should be at 20% by 2030, which is a pretty huge jump, right? If you think on that point. Is your plan you build and hold, or do you hold for a certain set period and then look to sell at a certain exit time?
Yeah, so I think our main priority is to build and hold. We're looking at this, and I'm looking at this at like a 10, 20, 30 year type of business. And there's different philosophies in the syndication model. Ours is to build. I saw how powerful it was to just refinance a smaller property like a 12 unit, and reuse that capital and put it into other properties and other developments. So the model right now is to hold long term, refinance at appropriate times, and put really good debt on the properties. That way, we're I think at a peak of the cycle. People have different opinions, but as long as you have good debt on your assets, you should be able to weather any storms.
What has your hockey career, your experience there, how has that helped in your day-to-day?
I mean, I just think hard work. I was never like the highest skilled player on the team. I had to work super hard getting an opportunity to play college and then pro. And I think I just carried that over into, the multifamily development investing side of things. Still, super new to this whole space. Very, very excited. Just seeing the property come out of the ground and fill it up with tenants that love their home is something I'm really passionate about. And so I think it's taking that hard work and that determination and dedication and carrying that over from a hockey career to the multifamily investing side.
So has the green implementation, have you seen that be a really big driver on the project you've done for tenants wanting to lease there? Has that been something that they really pointed out to that's been a huge marketing piece for you?
Yeah, so the 12 unit just has the smart thermostats, and they love that. The 6 unit is about 4 months out from leasing, but nice. The inquiries we've had right now are they love the green, sustainable building, and I think they're willing to pay a little bit of a premium to have that one bill where they don't need to put electric in their name and then water and all this. It's you have one rental bill, and I think they're looking forward to that.
Is there any credits that are given from Michigan for this?
Michigan itself, no, but there is I believe there's a 26% tax credit on the federal level. So we'll take advantage of that. I think that does go down a little bit in 2023 to 22%, but we'll take advantage of the 26% on the solar.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Looking forward out here, the 200 units you have in the pipeline, how is that broken up? Are you going into larger complexes? Or are you keeping the same kind of complex that you're building now?
We're going into a little larger. We have a 74 unit that we're, hopefully getting fully approved here in the next couple weeks. An nice. 88 unit, not too far, about 40 minutes, all in the Metro Detroit area. And then also a 48 unit just north of the 74 unit, about 15, 20 minutes. So
how have you been picking the areas that you do want to develop into? I know you grew up there, your dad's there, right? So you have a really good feel for that area. But in terms of looking at for the 74 unit in particular or others, how are you sourcing the land? How are you finding these opportunities, and where is it standing out? Okay, this is where we want to go. So
sourcing the land, the property for the 74 unit, we actually got on market. It was sitting there for a little while and got it well below asking price, which was pretty fortunate. It's close to the other 18 units that we're developing. And this particular area is just north of Ann Arbor. The price for the land was super affordable, so we're able to give neighbors a product that they'll get 20 minutes south in Ann Arbor for about 20% less. So wow. in Michigan, I think the average drive time to work is about 28 minutes. So we're seeing a lot of people that work in Ann Arbor, some grad students that are actually wanting to get away from the city a little bit and live in some of those tertiary markets.
Yeah, it's fantastic. What kind of point do you put for the land? Is there a certain threshold where you say we can only have a percentage payment for the land compared to our build costs?
We're trying to keep it under 15%. Fortunately, we were able to get this land under 10% of the construction cost, which is pretty clutch.
Why have you gone the route of doing ground up compared to buying in place assets?
I think for now we're going to stick to this model. Value add properties, even 70s, 80s, 90s are trading at such a high valuation right now, where it's almost, in a way, it's almost cheaper to build new. And we're able to control some maintenance costs. We're able to when you're building it, and we know the quality that's going into the build. Not saying that you can't buy a good quality built 70s or 80s asset, but I think that the model that we're implementing right now is ground up. We're open to some value add. It's just we haven't found anything yet.
Are you looking at any other markets? Because it looks like you have a really good rotation of where you are here, but how difficult has it been doing this from where you are in California? Well,
I have a great team, boots on the ground there with my dad and his team of subs, which is crucial. I think it'd be pretty challenging to do this without having him there. We are looking to expand to some other markets. specifically out west in some of the southern states like Texas. So, I like Boise a lot. I like the Austin market just like everyone else.
Yeah.
But we're gonna finish some projects we have in Michigan. Build out a property management team is kind of the next goal for us. So when we get some of these bigger developments going, we'll have it all in-house and vertically integrated from vision to completion and managing an asset.
How has it been working with family? What are some of the lessons learned or some of the points for other people that are working with family and trying to figure out how to navigate those waters?
Yeah, I think specific roles, knowing your roles is huge because it is family, and there could be confrontation, and I think it's handled very differently with family than it is with a business partner. But as long as have specific roles and you guys stick within those roles, could be pretty smooth sailing.
That's great. Where do you like to fit yourself in these projects?
So I'm kind of more on like the entitlement side, talking to city planners, sourcing the land, on the design side of things, working with the architect, and then my dad is the GC of the project, so he has his team subs that he works and he's worked with for years. So it's a good mix. We're looking to grow our team, and we'll need to grow our team, but right now we're keeping it pretty lean.
How important is when you're finding land that is currently entitled, or is it really not that important, whatever the use is for you?
Well, we haven't had to do any type of zoning changes. So what we do try to do is find land that is zoned properly, just because the speed at which you can construct it just speeds up a lot. In Michigan, getting zoning changes isn't terribly tough. Like getting a zoning change out here in California could take years. Well, we do try to get properties that are not necessarily fully entitled for multifamily, but zoned properly.
Yeah, that's great. I have friends in California. I think it took them, they were just saying they just got their contractor's license. It's been like 11 months or something like that. And so they were just like, it's going to come someday, from where it goes there. Well, this is awesome, man. So Aaron, as you go forward, what's after the 200 units here? That's a lot in your pipeline. What else you guys see yourself envisioning doing in the future? You're building out a vertically integrated firm here. Will that be just in the larger properties? Will you do that in the smaller properties, and will you take on other properties to manage, or just for in-house properties?
For now, the folks will be in-house.
Great.
The property size, I know the threshold is, some people may say 65 plus, 100 plus, but with the technology these days and being able to implement the 24/7 leasing systems with artificial intelligence and all of that, I think that the property size itself isn't necessarily a determining factor for us. I think it's location, it's population growth, job diversification, stuff like that is more what is driving us with the new development and potentially acquiring existing assets.
That's awesome. Well, Aaron, thank you so much for coming on the show. Super congratulations about all your success, man. You guys are really taking action. It's fun to see. It's fun to see that you're taking this route here. For everyone listening, what's the best way for them to find out more about you, your company, and anything else about what you're doing?
Yeah, by email at Aaron@Paloosh Capital, PALOOSH Capital.com. PalooshCapital.com is currently under construction, so hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll have that up.
Awesome.
And then also on Instagram, Palushai11 is my Instagram handle. It's predominantly been a hockey kind of family Instagram, but we'll be transitioning it to more kind of educational and more of what we're doing on the multifamily side of things.
Yeah, it's awesome to see the journey, man. Well, thank you so much for joining the show. Super appreciate your time.
Jason, I really appreciate it. Very blessed to be on the show, and I appreciate your time.
Same here. For everyone listening, thank you so much. Of course, got a great experience here. Go hit that rate and review. Go hit that like button. Love to hear from you guys. Love to hear your comments, and we'll talk to you shortly.